have exciting news. Eric and I were going to be moving from this apartment to renting a house. This first year that we've been in California in San Jose, Eric's been working at a hospital here for his intern year, but soon he's going to be working be a doctor at Stanford for the next 5 years. So here in this apartment, I have one of the spare rooms as my studio, and I feel like it's taken a while, a lot of months, almost the whole year to get the studio set up to how I like it, and I feel like it's a good working studio and I have good flow working there now. One thing that I really like is I set up 2 light situations that I can work from. So like, for example, I've got one painting that I'm working from that's from artificial light, so I've made a light box. And then I also have north-facing windows, so I do most of my work from the window, so everything's naturally lit, because I really prefer working from natural light when I can, and it's a luxury as well. So I'm so lucky that we found a place here that has north-facing windows, and then our next place with house hunting and all, that was like the big thing, is make sure that there is an option for studio space that has the north facing windows in that house. Yeah, north facing or working from natural light is really great. I like how when you're working from natural light, the light is constantly changing depending on the weather or what time of day it is. So the light looks different if it's on a sunny day or if it's cloudy or raining. And like with those different qualities of light that's coming through the window that's lighting your setup and your canvas, yeah, it brings out different qualities, like different values, colors. And so chasing that effect as well on my painting, I can get these different moments in it. So like one part, I might think that it's really beautiful the way that an object's lit when it's really sunny, versus like another part of an object might look really beautiful when it's cloudy or like super dark because it's raining that day. So it's like you're painting one moment, but you can have like a lot of different moments of light situations in it, which I like. Also, it's unpredictable also working from natural light, obviously, as things are changing, and it kind of lets you, like, pushes you in a way that you're going to work that day. So for example, this week it's been pretty dark and rainy, and I'm working on this massive painting right now, and I'm figuring out how best I should, or what I should be doing next to like bring it up to the next level. Some parts are still in the block and stage, other parts are getting a little bit more refined, and it was kind of losing, I don't know, it was missing something. And since it was raining and it was really dark, and so the light effect, or lack thereof, light made this cool effect on the setup, which like really compressed the values and separated the light shape and the shadow shape, because, well, it was so dark. So the different values in the darts, for example, were really close together, and same with the lights were really close together. So it just made that separation easier to see. And then looking at my painting, that separation wasn't as obvious. So then this week with those like really dark rainy days, that's what I was working on. So bringing the dark values closer together, bringing the light values closer together, and the transition between those two shapes. And so that's yeah, making my painting a whole lot better. So it's interesting with natural light, you kind of get unexpected surprises for how you should be working that day. And yeah, I like it because it kind of like breaks up like what you're doing too, and you don't have as much control, and sometimes that's nice because it forces you to see things in a different way. And so this big painting that I'm working on, it's 4 foot by 5 foot, and I'm not going to be able to finish it by the time that we move, because we're going to be moving really soon. So this painting has been a big experiment for me, because I am doing a lot of different things that I'm not used to. For example, like I've got the figure, there's a figure in the painting, and then there's so much to the painting that's a still life, and like more of the painting probably is a still life than the figure. It's interesting. So the figure, my model came in for a day, and I drew him from life in the setup, and was like getting just really basic proportions and that type of thing. And then I took a bunch of photos of him, so I have the photo reference. But I found it really helpful doing the basic gesture and proportion drawing first, because like the camera lens kind of distorts things, you know, so I feel like that kind of gets me out of the weeds there. Yeah, so I've got working from a drawing and then a lot of photo references for the figure. And then for the whole still life part of the painting, that has been from life. It's been also kind of a weird like balance between doing it from side size method and also comparative method, because like the way that my studio my studio isn't as big for the painting that I'm working on, so I can't I could draw the painting out using side size, but then to work on it more easily, I have to like angle the painting, so it's kind of hard then with the painting angled how it is to work from side size. So I have like all these different methods that I'm working on. And so since we're going to be moving soon, it's just impossible for me to finish this painting in time. So I've been taking a lot of photo references of all the different still life sections of the painting, and working with natural light. I like all those different moments that I was talking about, how like the different light effects like shows you different things that you can just a different way of looking at the painting and interpreting like how you're going to be doing the values and colors and all that. So I've been taking a lot of photos during like the different lights. So I've got like a ton of photos from sunny days, cloudy days, and rainy days, different times of days. So I'm hoping that that'll help me get all the variety in the painting, that like if I just took one photo, I feel like that would be really difficult to see all these things, or impossible to see all these different things. So I'm trying to like set myself up the best ways for doing the move. And then once we move, I'm going to keep some of the objects. So if I like need reference for like how a certain material looks texture wise, I've got that on hand, but then most of it's going to be from photo reference. So it's interesting mixing a lot of these different methods. It's been challenging and fun, but I like doing and trying out different things, so we'll see how this goes. And I'm working on this other painting as well that's from Artificial Light. It's the same size, it's another big painting, 4 foot by 5 foot. And well, this one's been kind of put on the back burner because I've been working on the other one since it's from, you know, natural light, and the setup is all here in my studio, and I'm not going to get that in the other place. This painting that's on with Artificial Light, it's mostly from my head that I'm making up these things, and then the figure in it is me that I'm using from a mirror. And since it's from Artificial Light, what I'm doing is I'm measuring everything out, so I know the distance between me, the mirror, the light, and the painting, so I should be able to recreate that pretty closely when we move. And if not, the painting's kind of in an early enough stage that I think if I don't know, if I can't get it perfectly matched up, or if there are big differences, I think it'll be easy to like bend and flex what I already have to work with like the new setup that I'm going to be working from until I finish the painting. And I'm just excited and kind of counting down the days until we move and I can like get my new studio set up, so I can start spending my full days painting again, which is what I prefer. This month has been a bit crazy. There's been a lot of house hunting and like getting the move worked out, and like all the things you need to do when you're moving. And then also it was nice at the beginning of the month, I got to go back to the Midwest to visit friends and family in Indiana, and then in Chicago, got to see friends and family there as well, and get to hang out with all my friends from the Ravenswood Atelier that's in Chicago. So that was really nice. And then also the plane rides, like unplugging and from the plane rides from San Jose to Chicago, like getting to unplug and really think about this year, my first year being out of my atelier, and then like planning my next year as well. And so I have a loose schedule of what I'm going to be working on this coming year, and I'm really excited because it's going to be more of these larger format paintings mostly, of these images that I've had in my head for a long time, and I'm just like so excited to get these images out of my head and on canvas.